the field for this number one contenders tournament. It's Madman Fulton versus Hernandez, Ken Shamrock and Rhino, Rohit Raju, Trey, Sami Callihan, and Michael Elgin.
Everyone has doubted my ability, and all of you meatbags have done nothing but disrespect me. But that changes with you, Trey.
Rohit with a big-time pump kick flies in and drops Trey. Trey goes Matrix and a big-time kick 619. Oh, and Rohit with a flying knee. Small package. Trey's got him. Trey's got him. Trey's got him, and Trey's going on.
Please welcome to Locker Room Talk, Ken Shamrock.
I came here with the idea of going after the Impact Championship belt. That's what I did.
Oh,
You better back up.
No. The championship's mine, Ken.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. It is for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship.
Championship main event match between Moose and Suicide. Suicide has Moose reeling. Moose catches Suicide, throws him back inside. Suicide with a dive in. Moose goes into Brandon Toll. Moose showing off his skills. He got caught. Moose got caught.
But it doesn't matter because there's no referee to count this pinfall.
Low blow by Moose unbeknownst to the official. No jackhammer needed. Spear, cover, and Moose will retain his self-professed championship.
Winner and still TNA World Heavyweight Champion, Moose.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. Make way. Make way. Crown a door in the dome. You want it, come and get it. Global bloodline finish. Rule with an iron fist. This is how we do business. My squad go ballistic.
Welcome everyone to Impact Wrestling on Access TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a first round match in the tournament to determine the number one contender. It is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from Atlantic City, New Jersey, Ace Austin.
Ace Austin finds himself in the number one contenders tournament to determine the next challenger for the Impact Wrestling World Championship. We'll talk all about how Ace got in this tournament in just a couple of seconds. Rhino is a former TNA World Heavyweight Champion, once held the WCW United States Championship, a former ECW World Heavyweight Champion, and is in this tournament to determine a number one contender for the Impact Wrestling World Championship. Hello everyone, Josh Matthews alongside five-time Knockouts champion Madison Rayne. What a way to kick off Impact Wrestling here tonight. We invite you to join on the conversation. Use the hashtag Impact on Access TV. Follow along on Facebook, Twitter, and of course, Instagram. Madison Rayne, you ready for these next 2 hours?
I'm ready, I'm excited, and already from Jump Street, I have questions.
Well, let's start with first why Ace Austin is in this tournament. Ken Shamrock was taken out last week by Michael Elgin. Elgin said, I'm going to start putting people in the hospital again. Elgin takes out Ken Shamrock. It was announced on ImpactWrestling.com yesterday that Shamrock would not be able to compete. He's replaced by Ace Austin. You have questions?
I do. I have a lot of questions. My first question, and the thing I'm most baffled about is why did it take Ken Shamrock being taken out by Michael Elgin on Locker Room Talk for Ace Austin to be part of this tournament?
Oh! You bring up an interesting question. You're saying that Ace Austin should have been figured into the tournament before Shamrock was taken out?
Absolutely. Ace Austin is a former X Division champion. How was he not selected as one of the top 8 men in Impact Wrestling?
All great and valid points, but remember when this tournament began, Ace Austin was still looking to recapture the X Division championship, and when he failed to do that, Ace Austin decided it was time for a fresh start. Ace Austin decided he was going to take advantage of Ken Shamrock's injury, and now Ace Austin finds himself in this number one contenders tournament. The winner of this match will face Hernandez. And you mentioned Michael Elgin. He faces Sami Callihan later tonight, the final opening round match. Interesting to think about the fact that Elgin takes out Shamrock. If Elgin defeats Callahan and then defeats Trey, and Ace Austin finds himself in the finals, Elgin will face the man that he, not so directly, but a man he got in this tournament.
Yeah, and at this point, we've said it for weeks now. I've said it for weeks now. I think that Michael Elgin is so frustrated and has to be wondering, what more do I have to do to get the title shot that in his mind he's already earned?
Oh, big chop there by Rhino after ducking the clothesline, and great match developing between Rhino and Ace Austin here in this opening round contest. And Ace Austin's going to buy himself some time on the outside. We ran inside the ring. Truly is the war machine. And, well, Ace Austin is really thinking about this right now in this tough match against a former world champion. Madison Rain mentioned that Ace Austin, a former X Division champion, perhaps overlooked in this tournament. Trying to get Rhino to back up here to get back inside the ring. What's Ace going to have to do to defeat someone the size of Rhino? Stick and move?
Well, I think he's got to be methodical, like Ace Austin is so good at doing. You know, Rhino just wants to fight. He wants to get in there, he wants to pick his moment, and he wants to gore someone to the finish. Ace Austin has to think 2, 3, 4 steps ahead of Rhino this entire match.
Rhino would like to keep this match in a phone booth, keep it close, keep it tight. Ace Austin, can he stick and move? Can he stay away from the bigger behemoth? The wild thing known as Rhino, and he's setting up for a gore in the corner. Rhino looking to saw Ace Austin in half, and Ace Austin, well, he dives to the floor. That couldn't have felt too good, but anything is better than a gore in that situation.
Yeah, I think throwing yourself to the floor is the lesser of two evils between that option and taking the gore from Rhino.
Rhino has seen enough of Ace Austin buying time on the outside. Rhino wanted to fight, as Madison put it earlier, so he joins Ace on the floor in a suplex. Remember, folks, it's all about becoming #1 contender for Tessa Blanchard's Impact Wrestling World Championship. The winner of this match faces Hernandez. Who do you think has a better chance of getting past Hernandez in the next round? Is it Rhino or is it Ace Austin?
Well, I think that either one of them are going to have their hands full. But look, if Ace Austin can get through Rhino in round 1 of this tournament, he could easily go on to the finals.
Is the path for the finals clear for Ace Austin? Not right now, because Rhino has a steel chair, and he will look to inflict pain, punishment, damage, and shorten the career of Ace Austin. Ace Austin calls himself the one true ace. I believe he's a seedy, trashy, revolting human being.
Well, your opinion is irrelevant when it comes to the action happening right now. He's an athlete. He's a former X Division champion. He's been inside the ring with Impact World Champion Tessa Blanchard, so he knows what he's up against should he advance and win this tournament.
We'll see what happens. Ace has to get past Rhino here tonight in order to move on to face Hernandez in the semifinals. And Ace Austin continues to bark at the official, continues to argue, as he's done throughout his career here in Impact Wrestling. Short career thus far for Ace Austin, but he's already captured, as Madison Rain pointed out, back inside the ring. But Ace Austin is able to inflict more damage. Rhino goes face first on the steel post on the floor, and Ace Austin, he'll take a count-out victory.
What are you doing, Jack?
He'll take a count-out victory.
That's your job.
He'll move on. Rhino down. He's in a lot of pain, isn't he?
Yeah, he is, and you know, that's the thing. Like you said, a count-out is just as good as a pinfall in this tournament. All you have to do is win to advance.
We'll see if Ace Austin can do that here as the referee starting to count here on Rhino. Can Rhino make it back inside the ring? Ace will wait and see. Referee at 6. At 7, Rhino starting to stir. Can he get back in before 10? I don't know if he's going to beat the count. Rhino down. Somehow slides back into the ring, and Ace Austin wastes no time in going after the former TNA World Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah, you said that his career here within Impact Wrestling has been short, but he's so very smart. He took the time while Rhino was on the floor to recharge his battery, and now he's ready to stay on it.
good guy, isn't he? Sorry, he's a great athlete. You can't take that away from Ace Austin as he magicians himself into the corner. There's a big-time kick by Ace Austin. Flies him to the cover. Hooks the inside, left shoulders down. Rhino kicks out at 2. I don't think you're going to pin Rhino just yet. With moves like that, Ace Austin's going to need to look for the fold against the big man.
Yeah, but you can't fault Ace Austin for taking every opportunity while Rhino is on his back to cover and try to end this match.
Certainly an exciting time for all of us here in Impact Wrestling as we look to determine who is the next #1 contender for the World Championship. Still to come tonight, Willie Mack goes one-on-one with Johnny Swinger. In a match for the X Division Championship, Dave Christ faces Crazy Steve, and so much more here tonight, including Michael Elgin versus Sami Callihan. Later tonight. And Ace Austin trying to take Rhino to school here, trying to take the former world champion and move on in the tournament. Ducks the clothesline. Double clothesline in the center of the ring. Both men down. Did you see the snap that Ace popped off the canvas with?
You have to think that double clothesline did more damage to Ace Austin than it would have to Rhino.
Yeah, a collision like that in the center of the ring might have taken more out of the former X Division champion. Both men down. This is a very telling moment in this match as to who will get to their feet first, who's got more left in the tank, and it looked as if Ace was reaching, perhaps, no, maybe not. Thought he was going to be reaching for...
I know exactly what you're trying to do. You're trying to take away from Ace Austin the fact that he's an incredible performer, and you're trying to insinuate that he always has to shortcut to win matches. I know exactly what you're doing.
Ace Austin is being bounced around like a pinball right now, courtesy of Rhino. Rhino came back to Impact Wrestling to become a world champion. It's what he wants. It's what he desires. And the path is through this tournament. There's the mini gore in the corner. And Rhino's starting to put things together. Once you see the mini gore, you usually see the gore. Ace Austin ducks the clothesline. Big time flying kick there. Almost like a single leg lariat. There's a cover yet again. And a kick out by Rhino.
He's getting closer every time he covers Rhino. That was a 2.5 count, if not 2 3/4.
You know, it says a lot about your character that you like somebody as sleazy and trashy as Ace Austin.
I appreciate fine work inside the ring.
Ace Austin is putting on a fine showing here tonight. Can he keep it going? Can he advance? Can he defeat Rhino? Looking to go up top here as May Madness continues. Ace Austin standing on the top rope, and Rhino cuts him short.
Could you imagine if Rhino advances? Could you imagine a match between Tessa Blanchard and Rhino for the Impact World Championship?
Whoa! It may happen after a superplex like that, courtesy of Rhino. Rhino may be moving on. Ace Austin wisely rolling away. Rhino gets the cover. And a kick out there by Ace Austin. I think that Ace Austin rolling away only allowed Rhino to drape one hand over, and that's why this match is continuing on. Madison Rain, to your point from moments ago, Ace Austin, he's a smart athlete. That was a wise move inside the ring, and see what Ace is thinking next as Rhino back to his feet just a second before Ace Austin. Ace counters with a kick to the midsection, and now a steel chair. Remember, folks, this is a no disqualification. What is he doing? Oh! Rhino with a shot to the midsection. And now Rhino's got the chair. Rhino's swinging, and the referee's stopping this from happening. Ace Austin from behind. Where did that come from? Ace Austin dialing up the fold. And Ace Austin is moving on in the #1 contenders tournament with a victory.
Here's your winner, advancing in the tournament, Ace Austin.
We talked about this earlier in the match. Rhino has about a 100-pound weight advantage over Ace Austin, former world champion. He's been doing this for nearly 3 decades, folks. Is this an upset, or is Ace Austin bound for greatness?
There's times where I get put in difficult situations and have to ask difficult questions. So I appreciate your decorum when I ask this, but it's been 3 weeks now, and you're walking around with what's no more than a very heavy prop. When is this going to end?
to answer your question, this is gonna end when somebody beats me for this title. Until that happens, I am still gonna be the TNA Heavyweight Champion, which is the real world champion.
You do understand, and we're going to get to your match against Suicide in a second, but you do understand that when you defend the championship, you're just claiming that it's a championship match. You're insisting on championship introductions, which aren't necessary for these matches because they're not for a championship. They're for...
Stop right there. I feel like you're trying to insult. Let me ask you a question. Did the ref before the match hold this title up in the air?
Okay, you got me there. Yeah, fair enough.
The Pence announced the match as a heavyweight championship match.
Okay.
So why wasn't that match with me versus Suicide considered a TNA heavyweight bout? Those for words. Next question.
You're making valid points. All that stuff happened. What also happened in that match against Suicide was he had you beat. Had the referee not gone down, Suicide had you pinned, match should be over, and in your mind, Suicide right now would be the TNA World Heavyweight Champion, not Moose.
Is this an if question? Well, if you had millions in your bank account, then you would be just as rich as me. But no, same with Suicide. If he would have beat me, he would be the new TNA Heavyweight Champion. But he didn't. So I'm still the real world champion.
So if perhaps Suicide wanted to have a rematch, would you be open to that?
Hey. I'm a fighting champion.
You're not a champion.
I'm Mr. Impact Wrestling. I'm the hero of this place. So how about this? Tonight, I will give Suicide another opportunity to take rush. So I don't want to get fined. I don't want to drive your head through that TV. So because of those things, I'm going to end this interview.
Thank you.
Yo, Tasha, what's good? It's Poppy here. You know, I have to say, I just wanted to tell you I saw your match with Kylie and I'm impressed. I'm definitely impressed. I can see a lot of potential and I can tell you a real one. I am a real one. Like I said, I can tell, and you know, I just wish when I first started my first day, like I had somebody to guide me in the right direction. Everybody just wanted me to be a sidekick. You know, I was that nice girl. Everybody just wanted to take advantage of me. They wanted me to help them with all their problems. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I look back on that and I'll admit I was being a weak ass, but you know that's not me. You know that's not me. Don't look like you. Just, you know, if any of these girls want to get cute, I will snap them real quick. You feel me? So you know, I want to take you under my wing. I want to guide you in the right direction. I want you to, you know, follow the heat wave with me to the top. Heat wave? Yeah, girl, you know, you got that Latino heat, you know, you got it, right? And I'm the hottest flame. I'm just saying, it sounds like it's right? So your vibe and my vibe together. Hear me out. If I like you, I'll snatch a bitch for you. If I don't like you, you get snatched by that bitch. What do you say? Well, looks like we gonna be snatching some bitches together. Let's do it then. Let's get it hot. Let's go. Okay.
Hey, I can appreciate this side of Kiera Hogan. You know, I took her under my wing. She's taking Tasha Steelz under her wing. There's so much potential in Tasha. I can get behind this.
Sort of like a pay it forward type thing in the Knockouts division. Nerd Boy. Hello, everyone. I'm Josh Matthews. She's Madison Rain. Usually the play-by-play person starts the on cameras, and you just jump right in as soon as our producer's counting down from 3.
Not good.
We have a lot of talking to do, but we'll do that on our own time as you guys get ready for some thrilling action tonight. Impact Wrestling on Access TV. Let's take a look at what's going to go down right here tonight. Team Triple XL will face TJP and Falaba. The X-Division Championship is on the line when Willie Mack defends his title against Johnny Swinger. And we'll see the fourth and final first-round match of the number one contenders tournament when Michael Elgin goes one-on-one with Sami Callihan as you take a look at the tournament and where everyone stands right now. Moose also defends his TNA World Heavyweight Championship yet again against Suicide because I have the opportunity to face Suicide again. So those two will go one-on-one here tonight, and we'll see if Moose will continue to be this self-proclaimed champion that he says he is, and can he retain the championship that he didn't really win in the first place.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is set for one fall. Introducing first, representing OVE, and accompanied to the ring by Jake Crisp and Madman Fulton from Ohio, Dave Crisp.
The match we found out about last week, Dave Crisp is about to go one-on-one with a returning former tag team champion here in Impact Wrestling, and there is trouble in the land of OVE. We'll talk all about that throughout this next match.
His opponent from Black Hill Sanitarium, Crazy Steve.
It was announced last week by our good friends over at WrestlingInc.com that Crazy Steve has signed a new contract with Impact Wrestling, so the former World Tag Team Champion, TNA World Tag Team Champion, Crazy Steve, is back in Impact Wrestling. Madison, are you excited to see Crazy Steve back?
Sure, where is he from?
An asylum somewhere.
Is that like the new Parts Unknown?
Hey, listen, if you don't knock it off, I'm going to get Joey Ryan to come out here, and Joseph P. is going to tell you that it's offensive to call people by the C word. Oh, there by Crazy Steve. That is his name, his given name, so we will call him Crazy Steve, despite what Joseph P. Ryan thinks. Last week, OVE were talking about Madman Fulton being defeated in the number one contenders tournament. They were interrupted by Crazy Steve. Out came Joseph P. Ryan, and look at Crazy Steve go, folks.
Crazy arsenal here right from the beginning of this match.
Crazy Steve told Dave Chris last week, you can't beat crazy. Joseph P. Ryan said that using the word crazy is offensive to crazy people. But Crazy Steve goes up and over and he takes down Dave Christ. Crazy Steve hasn't missed a beat. Remember when Crazy Steve was a part of Decay with Rosemary and Abyss?
Yeah, I remember. I still have nightmares thinking about it.
Wait. There's Joseph P. Ryan with his iPad.
He heard you talking about him, and he needed to come out and make sure that everyone was...
Oh, there's a cover here by Dave Chris. That everyone was what?
Was playing nice and being politically correct and...
News. And Joseph P. Ryan standing at the entryway. Oh, kick to the spine there. Crazy Steve by Dave Christ. And what do you think's going on with Dave Christ, Madman Fulton, and Jake Christ? You said last week that Fulton could be the leader of OVE. He was defeated in that tournament last week. He's not looking like much of a leader these days.
Well, he just caught Crazy Steve right there. I mean, he's performing as a leader, and I think that OVE is going to be just fine. You need to stop with this whole, OVE's in trouble. OVE's in trouble. They don't have their leader.
Joseph P. Ryan taking notes. But I don't think that OVE has a leader right now, and I don't think that Dave Christ is the leader. I don't think that Madman Fulton's the leader. I don't think that Jake Christ is the leader. I think OVE is in a lot of trouble since Sami Callihan has decided to go his own way.
Maybe you could be the leader of OVE, Josh. If you think they so desperately need a leader.
There's a cover by Dave Christ and a kick out there by Crazy Steve. I don't think that I would get along with OVE as Dave Christ is driving knee strikes into the side of the face of Crazy Steve. So much going on right now inside this ring, a cast of characters. Steve's got his shoulder up here. This is a potential submission maneuver. You got Joseph P. Ryan out there. You've got Madman Fulton out here. You've got Jake Christ out here. I have no idea what Joseph P. is typing into that iPad.
Whatever it is, he's frantically taking notes here.
Maybe he's looking at his number one contenders tournament brackets that ImpactWrestling.com put out. Folks, how's your bracket looking after what happen with Ace Austin and Rhino. Remember, the winner gets a $100 gift certificate to shopimpact.com. If I had $100 to spend on shopimpact.com, I would get
Every piece of Madison Rain merchandise on the website. That's brilliant. I thought the same thing.
Oh, look at Crazy Steve trying to get away from Dave Christ here in this one-on-one match set up last week when OVE was battling with each other. Oh, shot there by Dave Christ from Dayton, Ohio, OVE, and they've all found each other. And look at this! Look at Madman Fulton and Jake Chris going to work.
They're working as a perfectly cohesive unit right now. So again, do they really need a leader?
Fair enough. As Dave Chris sits out with that suplex, goes for a cover here on Crazy Steve, and nearly got him a kick out at 2. Crazy Steve back in Impact Wrestling. Certainly an exciting time for all of us in Impact Wrestling. You saw the news from PWInsider.com that Su Yung re-signed with Impact Wrestling. Oh, look, Crazy Steve, and he gets him.
Here is your winner, Crazy Steve.
So Crazy Steve is back in Impact Wrestling. Joseph P. Ryan has seen everything he needs to witness here tonight, and Steve and his monkey are putting everybody on notice. Things in Impact, things on Tuesday nights are getting just a little bit more crazy. He's got a monkey. And Madman Fulton back inside the ring now, and he's going to try to perhaps pick up the pieces or continue the argument. Let's listen in.
What are you doing? What are you doing? This happens every single time with you. Every time. Where's your head? Where's your head? What? What?
Come on. It's all about
You know what? You're part of this too.
what?
I'm better than this. I'm better than you. I'm better than you. All we've done is lose. All we've done is lose.
That's on you too.
It's on you.
Cut it
It's on
out.
you. You know what? Screw this. I'm done.
You're done. You're done. Come on, man. No.
I said I quit.
Madman Fulton just... He just quit? Madman Fulton just quit OVE? What does this mean?
Right, listen, you have a role to play, alright? The Valkyrie decides to leave us alone here. She get what's coming to her. She owes us anyway, and we're bored, alright? So we're gonna play with her servant, maybe take a shit.
Hey! What are you doing? Who told you to take Mr. Mundo again?
Spider may not send out the invitations, darling, but it doesn't turn away the fly when it comes to dinner.
Shut up, succubus. Don't talk to me in riddles. I don't understand that mumbo jumbo. And I ain't interested in playing your light as a feather, stiff as a board game.
You're right. You know, we thought about it, and we were terribly rude to you when last we spoke, weren't we?
Yeah, you were.
We don't bite, Bravo. Unless you want us to. We have noticed you like to be treated a bit mean.
Well, Taya yells at me because she loves me.
If you say so.
You're weird.
What in the world is going on with Rosemary and Johnny Bravo?
The following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing team number 1, weigh in total combined 801 pounds. Triple XL.
Triple XL, 801 pounds. Every time I hear David Penzer say they weigh a combined 801 pounds, I just get so excited. I mean, that's a massive amount of humanity. Triple XL.
opponents, the team of TJP and Falaba.
TJP and Falaba have become best of friends, kind of like you and I on commentary.
We're not friends. We're not friends.
Well, nonetheless, TJP and Falaba are best friends, and we'll see if they can pick up a victory here against Triple XL. They're giving up a lot of weight advantage, but they come with athleticism, and they come with skill, and they come with a friendship. TJP, former X Division champion here in Impact Wrestling. Falaba is on a path, teaming with TJP, that they can become World Tag Team Champions. And over the past couple of weeks, Madison, we've seen the North defend their tag team titles. Last week against the Schmoes.
Yeah, hard-fought battles happening in Toronto right now.
Sorry, what now? That team of the Schmoes, they look like they got them off the street.
No. Those are time-tested legends of the ring.
Now who needs to stop it? Look at Falaba. He wanted to get the start here for his team, and it'll be Falaba and AC Romero. AC Romero and Larry D, known as Triple XL, and I certainly hope we reinforce the ring before these two stepped inside. What a night it's been so far here on Impact Wrestling. You saw the return of Crazy Steve. He picked up a victory over Dave Christ. The headline of that match, Madman Fulton has quit OVE. So, Madison, do you think it's safe to say that OVE is now OVER? Over?
That was cute, Josh. I was waiting on you to go, oh no, now who's going to be the leader of OVE?
I think that the OVE is no longer, but we'll wait to see what Dave and Jake Chris can do. Look at these two guys. This is and here comes TJP. He's silky smooth, folks. Off the top rope, right to the skull of AC Romero. Don't forget, still to come, X Division Championship match. Willie Mack versus Johnny Swinger. And our
Don't sleep on Johnny Swinger. He's ready. I just talked to him earlier tonight. He is ready to go and become X Division champion tonight.
Yeah, we'll see if Johnny Swinger can pull off what would be a major upset and defeat Willie Mack, but the Pack and Matt connection is certainly over for now. And now you've got Larry D, the best hand in the house. He's got an incredible right hand, folks, and if he unleashes it in this one, I think Triple XL will be victorious against TJP and Falaba. TJP ducks the line. TJP so quick, so fast. Once a part of total non-stop action, TNA now here in Impact Wrestling, as he brings Larry D back into the corner. Look at Larry D. Look at the strength of Larry D. He's so powerful, isn't he?
He's something.
TJP got caught. Slips out the back. Can he get Larry D off his balance? Larry D says, I don't think so. It's Larry D. Hard into the canvas. TJP with a low cross body. Shoulders down, and Larry D powers out.
I think TJP nearly just saw his life flash before his eyes.
TJP, he's got to get things moving here, get things going, makes the tag to Falaba. Interesting note I saw on TJP's social media account that he has pet pigs.
I love that.
And TJP and Falaba working together right now. Yeah, I love social media. 2020, Madison Randy. You can really get a glimpse into people's lives as they are, doing their day-to-day thing. I know so much about you. It's crazy.
Because you're a stalker.
Take it down, Larry D.
A restraining order pending right now.
I wonder if you can do a social straining, or you can block somebody or mute it.
I love the mute feature. I love it.
Larry D clearing away the midsection of Falaba.
Have you muted?
That's nice. That's back elbow there by Fala to Larry D in this battle of heavyweights. Here on Impact Wrestling on Access TV, there's a cover and a kick out. Follow along on social media, folks. Keep using that hashtag Impact on Access TV. Keep trending each and every Tuesday night. And Fala makes the tag. And Falaba and TJP have been working so well in this match. We'll see if it leads to a victory here tonight. Don't forget, Ace Austin picked up a victory earlier tonight against Rhino, so he's moving on to face Hernandez in the number 1 contenders tournament. Rohit Raju was defeated by Trey. Trey is waiting to see who his next opponent will be. We'll all find out together when Sam Fallah Bahh in another quick tag. How many tags have Fallah Bahh and TJP made here in the last minute or so?
They're working as a cohesive unit here tonight. And you know what? What these four men in the ring right now make me think about how much I miss the North.
Well, you mentioned the North, you mentioned the Impact Wrestling World Tag Team Champions, the longest reigning tag team champions in Impact Wrestling history. We head back to Canada later tonight, folks, to hear from the tag team champions. Can't imagine what Ethan Page and Josh Alexander are up to this week on Impact Wrestling. Larry D is in trouble right now. TJP sensing victory, perhaps. Trying to shoot Larry D into the ropes. That's not going to work, folks. Larry D counters. TJP gets the boot up. TJP avoids Larry D. Tag made to AC Romero. Oh, and AC just engulfed TJP. He's legal. Can Triple XL take over? Find out as Impact rolls on. Welcome back to Impact Wrestling. It's Triple XL versus TJP and Fallah Bahh. AC Romero in the ring right now. AC and Larry certainly breaking the rules here. Oh! AC needs to get out of the ring, but the damage is done. There's the cover by Larry D. Hooks the outside leg and a kick out by TJP at 2.
I don't know how he was able to kick out. I don't know how he's still breathing after that.
Incredible legacy of tag teams in Impact Wrestling. You got to talk about the Motor City Machine Guns. You have to talk about beer money. You look at the past of what's been done here. LAX, and at the very top of the list is the team that you mentioned before, the North. Longest reigning World Tag Team Champions in company history, over 300 days.
Fighting champions too, as we're seeing week after week. These guys are ready to defend their titles at a moment's notice.
Yeah, they're finding the cream of the crop up in Canada. TJP gets his boots there, trying to take Larry D with the spine buster. Center of the ring, hook to the outside, leg, shoulders down, and TJP powers out at 2. Can TJP get out of this match? Can he make a tag to Fallah Bahh? Fallah's been waiting. I mean, we've been back from commercial break for minutes now, and it seems that TJP just can't seem to get out of this match. Madison, one time, you were a part of the TNA Knockouts Tag Team Champions.
2 times, actually. Way to not do your homework, but that's fine.
What's it like to watch your opponent take this abuse and punishment and not be able to do anything about it?
Well, I always figured out a way to do something about it.
Larry D from behind, that's not the kind of guy that Fallah Bahh is. TJP is on the goal line. Now, AC Romero took Fallah off the apron. Triple XL doing everything they can to try to stay in control. Look at TJP with a DDT off the back. Larry D's down. Clear path for TJP. Fingertips away. And here comes Fallah Bahh. AC Romero.
That's not gonna work.
You don't want to hit Fallah in the face. He's buying up. No, no, no. Fallah off the ropes. Look at the speed. Fallah with a running shoulder tackle. AC Romero sent to the floor. Here comes Larry D. This is with the big right hand. And Fallah with the cross body. Fallah Bahh's taking out everybody. Fallah Bahh. A belly-to-belly suplex on Larry D. Can't even lock his hands behind the back of Larry. That's how big he is. Oh, what a pounce from AC Romero. There's human flesh everywhere. Larry D with a cover. Shoulders down. And TJP breaks that up in 2.
Fallah Bahh and TJP continue to find ways to keep this match going long after it could have easily been over.
So now what's going to happen here in this match is we get a bit of a regroup for Triple XL. Fallah Bahh ducks the clothesline, attempts, and just collides with Triple XL in the center of the ring. Fallah Bahh. I just noticed that Fallah's beardless. That's what looks different on him. It looks good. Larry D. Caught with a belly-to-belly suplex. Fallah with a cover. And a kick out
he can right now to put these two men away. He knows that right now he probably isn't going to get an assist from his tag team partner who's just taken a beating.
Oh! Yeah, TJP is down, and now Fala. Well, there's TJP. Where did he come from? Like a lightning bolt. Well, the thunder that is AC Romero put a stop to that storm. Larry D's in the ring. Larry D and TJP.
Hold on.
Larry up to the second. He doesn't realize who's behind him. It's Fala. Fala takes down Larry. Flash. Cover. And TJP and Fala continue to pick up victories.
Here are your winners, TJP and Falaba.
So congratulations to TJP and Falaba. TJP, the avid basketball fan. This is far from the last dance for TJP and Falaba. They pick up a victory on their quest to become Impact Wrestling World Tag Team Champions. Congratulations, Falaba and TJP. Welcome back to Impact Wrestling on Access TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the return match. Scheduled for one fall, introducing first, from parts unknown, Suicide!
A rematch featuring Suicide, the character who started off in a video game and went on to become a two-time X Division champion, the Masked Tag Boost Beat. On Impact Wrestling, it would have allowed Suicide to become the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. If you live in Boose's world, we have a lot to talk about, folks, as Suicide prepares for his rematch against the self-proclaimed TNA World Heavyweight Champion.
His opponent, representing Moose Nation, Moose!
Underneath the beautiful purple robe lies the TNA World Heavyweight Championship belt. A belt that Moose took out of a warehouse that doesn't belong to him.
What is he doing?
Moose is instructing ring announcer David Penzer to get inside the ring, and I believe Moose is going to be looking for a championship introduction.
That's what I meant. What is David Penzer doing? He knows this is a title match. There should be in-ring introduction.
I have a real hard time with this, but we'll see what happens. And Moose has instructed David Penzer to get in the ring and a World Heavyweight Championship belt. And Moose says, not yet. I'll tell you when to talk. Why is Moose yelling at everybody?
Because he can.
Looks like he's like a director or something, like Steven Spielberg in there, telling everybody what to do. Here, you hold my championship belt. I'm going to go over here.
Yes.
Well, everyone else in the ring needs a little help.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a return match. It is for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship.
Introduce me as Mr. Impact Wrestling.
Mr. Impact. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a return match for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship, scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, the challenger in the corner to my left, from parts unknown, Suicide! And his opponent, representing Moose Nation, he is the TNA World Heavyweight Champion, Mr. Impact Wrestling, Moose!
Get out my ring.
So Moose then tells David Penzer to get out of the ring. He's got the championship introductions that he so demanded, and now we have this rematch from last week. And Madison Rain, I'll go on record, I think that Suicide had the match won last week. Suicide almost beat Moose to become the TNA World Heavyweight Champion.
Josh, what is it with you in almost scenarios? You know what? The Cleveland Indians almost won the World Series, but they didn't. The Chicago Cubs did. One time, you almost kissed a girl, but you didn't.
Oh, nice move there by Suicide. Wait, what?
Almost doesn't matter inside the squared circle. Suicide didn't win. Moose did, and he's still TNA World Heavyweight Champion.
I think as Suicide goes with a body scissor attempt there, Moose throws him off. I think Moose is delusional, and Suicide goes Spider-Man into the ropes.
Josh, let me ask you something. You have interviewed Moose 2 different times now.
Whoa, yes I have. Moose catches Suicide.
And neither one of those times did you say to his face, Moose, you're delusional.
Well, I'm not. Look, from where I'm sitting here watching and calling this match, I think he's delusional. Getting in the ring, making David Penzer jump into the ring and say this is a TNA World Heavyweight Championship match. The belt that he's carrying around, that he's wearing around his waist, it's a shortcut to a championship that does not belong to.
Away from Moose, I can say whatever I want.
Moose is not a champion.
Moose is my champion.
And Suicide looking for a submission hold here on Moose, octopus style in the center of the ring. Will Moose tap out? Will Suicide win his quote-unquote championship? I'll say it again, Moose is not a champion. Cover, shoulders down, and a kick out.
Well, you know what? I'll say this. Moose is the only world champion here.
Short drop kick there by Suicide to Moose, and now Suicide continues to take the fight to the self-proclaimed TNA World Heavyweight Champion. Moose to the floor, buying himself some time. Suicide looking to build up some speed here on the outside, and Moose catches him. Moose caught the Masked Marvel. Oh, and Moose swinging. Suicide like a ragdoll. A plush toy of some sorts. And Suicide may be out. As referee Brandon Toll begins his count, keep your eyes on Suicide. Let's see if he can beat the 10 count to get back inside the ring. Will Moose allow for a count-out victory? Will Moose take a hollow victory? Heck, he's already a hollow champion carrying around the TNA World Heavyweight title belt. We'll see if Moose will take this victory via count-out as the referee continues his count here. I'm not sure if Suicide's going to make it back inside the ring. Is this a championship match? Can Suicide beat the count? Can Suicide get back in? And the match rolls on. Moose considers himself a World Heavyweight Champion, opted out of the #1 Contenders Tournament. Still to tonight, folks, Sami Callihan versus Michael Elgin. The winner of that match goes on to face Trey in the next round. And that match is still to come, but Moose feels this is a championship match, a must-see match, the biggest match of the night. I wonder what Moose said to Impact Management when he found out that this rematch with Suicide wasn't the main event this week. In Moose's mind, it probably is.
Well, when Moose is done here, he's probably going to leave the building, get into his limousine, and be on his way. So in his mind and on his schedule, this is a main event match.
Moose with a big-time Beal out of the corner there to Suicide. Moose is in control using his size, his strength, and his power. Look, we'll never take away what Moose has accomplished in his life. That cold open last week said that he's a future NFL Hall of Famer. I don't know if he's going to quite get that gold jacket, but we'll see what happens.
How do you know? Who are you to say what Moose will and will not accomplish in his career?
Fair enough. I don't know if he... Look, maybe he's going to go on to greatness and continue. Is going to work out. Like I said, taking the TNA World Heavyweight Championship belt off the table or out of a warehouse and claiming yourself as champion, I don't think that's really going to be the case, but...
Stop throwing your pen. Let me ask you this. Since Moose got his hands, however he did it, on that TNA World Heavyweight title, he not performed and defended that title like a fighting champion?
Yeah, he had a great outing last week against Suicide. He's continuing to have a great outing here tonight as he throws Suicide from corner to corner, and a smile on the face, a smug smile at that, of the former NFL offensive lineman.
Do you think after the current number one contenders tournament that we're witnessing here at Impact Wrestling, that there will be a second tournament to crown the number one contender for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship?
No, I do not. I do not think that's going to happen.
Well, it should.
Well, I disagree strongly, but Moose probably thinks that there should be a number one contenders tournament. Oh! Suicide trying to get back into this match, folks, in any way that he can. He just hasn't had a lot of success. This is very different from the match we witnessed last week between these two. This has been all Moose. Suicide hasn't been able to get anything going. He went for a big dive on the floor earlier, and Moose caught him and flung him around into the ringside barrier.
Yeah, Moose is absolutely performing like a champion here tonight, and I don't think that when we sit here next week that you'll be able to go on and on about your Moose narrowly escaped, Moose almost lost his championship. You won't be able to do that.
You're going to be back next week?
I'm going to take your job eventually.
Suicide clutching at his lower back as he was just whipped into the turnbuckle yet again by Moose.
I'm doing Zoom conferences, by the way, trying out auditioning people to be my broadcast partner, just so we're clear.
Wonderful. Suicide down. Moose still in control. And Moose is just barking at Suicide. He is a dominant-looking athlete, isn't he?
He's a dominant-looking champion.
Suicide didn't have much behind that clothesline, and Moose is just laughing now. He's laughing and mocking Suicide. Suicide again with another clothesline and collapses to the floor. Collapses to the canvas, and Moose again still laughing.
Is that all you got? Is that really all you got?
Still mocking. Third clothesline, and that one had less than the first two.
And
Suicide.
end this match and let Moose go on his way. He's already defeated Suicide once.
And Moose is looking to defeat Suicide for a second time in back-to-back weeks. This time the clothesline rocked Moose inside out. A fourth clothesline attempted by Suicide, and he finally takes down the big man. Moose is down and in trouble for the first time in this match. Can Suicide capitalize? Can Suicide take advantage? Remember, two-time TNA X Division champion.
Quickly getting back to his feet, though.
Playtime may be over for Moose. Suicide steps out of the way, though. Did Moose waste too much time? Moose again. This time Suicide moved again. Suicide did everything he can to stay away. Stick and move against Moose.
Moose is going to have to change his strategy here.
And here comes Suicide. It might be too late. Running drop kick from the last Marvel. Taking it to Moose. Can Suicide keep this going? Suicide is building momentum. He's got Moose wrapped up. He tried this last week.
This is...
Oh, he's got him up! He's got him up! And Suicide rolls through! Lion Salt! Go for the cover! Hooks to the outside leg, shoulders down, and Moose kicked out at two! Moose barely kicked out at two! Can Suicide pull off a monumental upset? Check this out, folks! Rolls through, springboards off the second, and how close was Moose to kicking out? Look at that, the referee's arm nearly hit the canvas for three. Madison Rain, are you starting to come around that Suicide can pull this off?
Well, this is not what I expected to see here in this match. I thought this match would be over minutes ago, but Moose is showing everybody right now why he's a champion.
I'm not having those. You're gonna be out. Listen to me on my command. You're gonna be out.
listen to it. I'll just take the shower. You get up, right?
Trying to listen into what referee Brandon Toll was saying to Moose there. And this is very similar, folks, to how this match broke down last week. Suicide with a kick right to the chest of Moose. Remember, the referee was down last week. Moose. Suicide is sizing up Moose. Oh, what a super kick. Moose is still on one knee. Bam, caught him again. How is Moose taking on this abuse?
Moose needs to find a way to put an end to this match, and he needs to do it quickly.
Suicide again with another kick. Moose is down. Suicide looking to go up top. Closing in on a victory, perhaps, to the self-proclaimed TNA World Heavyweight Champion.
Moose is starting to stir.
Suicide up. Here we go, folks.
2,
Don't blink.
3.
Suicide looking to pull off something spectacular, and Moose is down. Shoulders down. Moose is gonna steal one. Moose steals another one.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner. And still, TNA World Heavyweight Champion, Moose.
For the second week in a row, Moose steals another victory from Suicide. Used his momentum, rolled through, had a handful of Suicide's suit. And Moose leaves here tonight with his championship intact. What's next for the self-proclaimed TNA World Heavyweight Champion? Well, when you're Moose, anything, and I do mean anything, is possible.
We live in a weird world where everybody stands there with their hands out begging and pleading, waiting for somebody to give them everything they've ever wanted. But that isn't how the world works. So you gotta put in the work. So when I say I am the best, when I say I will be Impact World Champion, you hate it. But I remember a time when Muhammad Ali said he would knock everybody out and be the greatest boxing heavyweight champion, and you hated it. I remember a time when Conor McGregor said he was going to be the best fighter that there ever was, and you hated it. But when all is said and done, and you look back on history, you will love them. Just like me. When all is said and done, you'll learn to appreciate who and what I am. And you'll love me. And Ken Shamrock, man, you got some balls on you. You come in here talking about the Impact World Championship, and I laid you out. See, the world's most dangerous man learned that you're only dangerous unless somebody that's unbreakable comes around. But when the time for talking is done, you gotta stand in front of me and learn. Words, well, words don't hurt, but Michael Elgin does. I have said time and time again, I will be Impact World Champion. And what I say happens.
Swinger? Yeah, Daddy. I'm proud of you for standing up for yourself. Yeah, right? Yeah. Hey, just remember, there's more than one way to win. So, even if you don't win the X Division title, you can still win by teaching Willie a lesson. Thanks for being a good brother. And I will indeed become the next reigning X Division champion. And when I do, first round's on me, Daddy, at a little place called the Landing Strip, right by the airport. I took Boogie Woogie there for a big one right after he won the USWA title in '90. So see you in 5, Daddy.
What is wrong with Johnny Swinger?
Absolutely nothing.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is for the X Division Championship, scheduled for one fall. Introducing first the challenger from Swingtown, USA, Rudy Swinger.
Said he's going to take Chris Bay to the landing strip by the airport. I'm sure it's a fantastic restaurant after this match for the X Division Championship that Johnny Swinger says he's going to win, and the Mac and Pat connection is no longer. And Johnny Swinger told Willie Mack last week he's going to take him to the Royal Humble.
His opponent, from South Central Los Angeles, California, he is the X Division Champion, Willie Mack.
Willie Mack, the proud and fighting X Division Champion out of South Central Los Angeles, California. I don't know who's using Swinger more, Chris Bay or Madison Rain.
What do you mean? I'm not using Swinger. We are number one in our time slot. I'm the top host. He's the best co-host. We are a dynamic duo, Swinger and I.
Chris Bay told Johnny Swinger there's more than one way to win. Even if you don't win the X Division Championship, you can send a message to Willie Mack. Chris Bay, he wants, and look at Johnny Swinger getting he calls himself the Ultimate Finesser or the Finesse Division Champion. Chris Bay doesn't care about Johnny Swinger.
Well, he does, and once Johnny Swinger beats Willie Mack here tonight, I'm sure that eventually he'll give Chris Bay a title shot.
Let's get this straight. Nobody cares about Johnny Swinger.
I care about Johnny Swinger. Josh?
There he is in the swinglet and the bandanas. He's stuck in the 80s. And he's got a handful of the face of Willie Mack. Imagine the X Division if somebody like Johnny Swinger were X Division champion.
I've heard of worse names tossed around to potentially be X Division champion.
There's a cover and a kick out by Willie Mack. Are you talking about me?
Yeah.
And that was a long, long time ago, and Johnny Swinger drops the elbow into the face of Willie Mack, and looking for the elbow here, and there's a cover by Swinger, and a kick out by Willie Mack. You gotta be careful with people like Swinger. You get him here in Impact Wrestling, it's gonna open up the doors for other folks like Simon Diamond or other people that, we've gladly forgotten about over the years.
I love Simon Diamond.
Of course you do.
He should be on Locker Room Talk. Sometimes, rarely, but sometimes you have moments of brilliance, Josh.
X Division Championship on the line here tonight. Willie Mack and Johnny Swinger. In Swinger's mind, they were once a great tag team, a legendary team known as the Mack and Pat Connection. Willie didn't want to be a tag team with Swinger, but Swinger was trying to use him to get to the top. Willie Mack ducks the clothesline, and look at Willie go! Willie defeated Ace Austin several weeks ago to become the X Division Champion. Drops the leg on Johnny Swinger. Willie was so emotional when we had a post-match interview with him. He talked about watching TNA on Wednesday nights back in the day and how he always dreamt of becoming X Division Champion.
Yeah, that's a great story to tell.
Oh, it's like a young Madison Rain dreaming of doing commentary with Josh Matthews.
Nightmare. That's a nightmare.
Johnny Swinger with a swinging neckbreaker.
That might be all it takes.
Goes for the cover, hooks the leg on Willie Mack. No. Willie got his foot on the bottom rope. Willie got his foot on the bottom rope, and Johnny Swinger is not. X Division, I think Swinger thinks the match is over.
Well, it was close enough.
Wow, you told me earlier, close doesn't count. Almost doesn't count. Willie Mack got his foot on the bottom rope. Look at Johnny Swinger. He can't even get to the second rope.
He looks great holding that title. Shut up, Josh.
To celebrate what he thinks is his. That championship belt doesn't belong to Johnny Swinger.
Doesn't belong to that referee either.
It belongs to Willie Mack. Swinger, looking to use the belt. Is on Big Willie Mack. There's the nip up. Standing moonsault. Go for the cover. And Willie Mack retains the X Division Championship.
Here is your winner and still X Division Champion, Willie Mack.
That's how you get it done. Willie Mack schools Johnny Swinger tonight. Swinger holding on to the championship. Johnny Swinger won't let it go. That belt, folks, it belongs to Willie Mack. Madison, you seem so upset, so distraught.
This wasn't the plan. This wasn't what Swinger and I discussed.
I heard you thinking, oh, there's a chop block there by Johnny Swinger to Willie Mack. The match is over. if you don't win. And there's Bay. There's Chris Bay. The ultimate finesser.
The friend of Johnny Swinger out here to lend a hand.
He's not a friend at all. Look at this onslaught. Willie's got to cover up. Willie's got a lot of friends in the back. Somebody get out here and stop this.
I see all of Willie's friends coming out to assist him right now.
Look at Chris Bay just beating the hell out of Willie Mack. Chris Bay unloaded on Willie Mack, and this was Bay's plan. Soften up the champion.
Poor Swinger. He looks so dejected.
I think Johnny Swinger's quickly realizing Chris Bay's plan in all this.
Go remind him that we're number one in our time slot, Josh.
Chris Bay... Wait. Is Bay really... Is Bay really befriending Johnny Swinger?
I love this.
They just assaulted a man. They're continuing the assault. Do you love this?
This is how it should be. This is how friendships get started. Lifelong, lasting friendships.
This is criminal activity by Johnny Swinger and Chris Bay. Bay has made himself a friend with Johnny Swinger. What in the world is the future hold for these two?
I was born a champion.
Hi, Josh. Hi, Madison. Here we are once again, week after week, in the world famous, made famous by us, Don Cola Arena in the greatest country in the world, Canada, with the greatest tag team champions in the world. Is that nowhere? I see. What are we still doing? We're here. We're celebrating. We're literally the cheapest thing in my expenses. You don't understand, dude. Look at these washed up wrestlers will literally do anything for money and a run from the champs. I can't do this again. I don't have it. You don't have to do it. You don't have to. I know. We're done. Yeah. We're literally done. So what's he doing here?
I'm here for your match.
I don't know if you heard me, which is why, because I'm really loud. But I said we're done. So you, sir, you can have the night off because there's literally no challengers left and no one left to even give us a chance to lose the damn thing. Whoa, no one left. You want to challenge? I've been quarantined for weeks. I'm here to challenge. Does this guy even know that we're here? You idiots have been on TV for the last 2 weeks. Yeah, I mean, that's a fair point. But I don't even think you have a tag team partner. There ain't nothing dear here. Yeah, you're right. Jake in the USA. I got a big family. You know what? Me and Wheels are big, Sure. Name the place. Name the day. The title's on the line. Greatest spectacle in the history of pro wrestling. Hey, I'll even shake on it. Next week, Diener compound. Even better. Let's get out of here. Hey, enjoy the place. I paid for it for a month.
Cody, I appreciate it, but I'm not a wrestler. I'm a referee. That's right.
Do you think I'm an ignorant jerk like the North? Don't know your name, Cam? You're not the Wheels I was talking about. Show up, bud. We're gonna need a ref.
I have to know, how big is the Diener family tree, and who's Cody Diener gonna get to face the? What are you shaking your head at?
Like, how many of us live in one house, and like, what's the family dynamic? Like, we don't need any more Dieners in Impact Wrestling.
Well, Cody Diener's gonna find a family member to challenge the North for the World Tag Team titles. That all goes down next week in Canada. Cannot wait to see who Cody Diener brings from the Diener compound next week. Also next week, both semi-final matches in the number one contenders tournament to crown a new number one contender for the World Championship. Take a look, folks, at the field and who's left. Ace Austin versus Hernandez and Trey, and even
either Sami Callihan or Michael Elgin. Out of those competitors, can you pick a favorite? Who do you think? Ace Austin, Hernandez, Trey, Callahan, Elgin.
I mean, this is a stacked final few competitors. I don't know. I'm going to go with Elgin. I think Michael Elgin. I think he's going to pull it off.
Michael Elgin is just as good as he thinks he is, and if you don't believe us, just ask him on social media. Who's moving on in the number one contenders tournament? Let's find out right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is the final first round match in the number one contender tournament. It is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from Toronto, Canada, Unbreakable Michael Elgin.
So Michael Elgin, all set to compete here in this number one contenders tournament in a match against a man he knows very well in Sami Callihan. Elgin's already had a hand in changing the face of this tournament when he took out Ken Shamrock. Can Michael Elgin get past this man?
Have you ever felt like you can't find the voice inside your head? So if you and me, throw your fist up high and run the
His opponent from a compound somewhere close to Anonymous, Ohio, Sami Callihan.
Sami Callihan still noticeably limping after his match with Ken Shamrock at Rebellion. Callihan passed out. Now he has to get past that pain, get past that injury if he wants to advance in the number one contenders tournament. On this side of the block for Sami Callihan and Michael Elgin awaits Trey. But first they have to get through each other. Here tonight on Impact Wrestling. What does the future hold for us? What does our future look like? This match could go a long way determining what that future is. It's Sami Callihan versus Michael Elgin. The final number one contenders opening round match. And it happens next. Welcome back to Impact Wrestling. This is our main event. It's the final number one contenders opening round match. World champion Sami Callihan versus Michael Elgin and Madison Rain. There is a noticeable clinch, a noticeable injury for Callihan. His ankle at the hands of Ken Shamrock. Does that expose him to Michael Elgin?
Absolutely it does. And I don't think that Michael Elgin will hesitate for 1 second to go after that ankle.
Collar and elbow tie-up here between Elgin and Sami Callihan. Who's moving on to face Trey? And to Madison's point, Michael Elgin, who took out Ken Shamrock from this tournament, allowing Ace Austin to get in. Elgin will use anything to his advantage. If he sees that Callihan, he just pointed it out. You've got a target. That's my bullseye, and I'm going to go after your ankle. Sami Callihan, former Impact Wrestling World Champion. Michael Elgin came here from Japan, left Japan, New Japan Pro Wrestling because he wanted to be a world champion. It's all Michael Elgin has thought out. Michael Elgin said that he's been the best for 16 years, and now it's time to prove it by becoming world champion. He's driven by it. And big time chop there by Sami Callihan.
Unfazed. Look at him. He's unfazed.
Madison, what does it say about Michael Elgin that he's not driven by money, he's not driven by finances, he's driven by being the best. He wants to be world champion.
He's driven by creating a legacy and earning the name that he deserves and earning his place in the history books of professional wrestling.
Sami Callihan going after the eyes of Michael Elgin. Sami Callihan trying to level the playing field, so to speak. I've got one good leg. How about you can't see? Elgin picks the legs, and now Elgin going after the ankle of Sami Callihan. Callihan makes it underneath the bottom rope and out of the ring, and Michael Elgin forced to break the hold. Yeah, we can't say enough about, look, there's two different Michael Elgins. There's the competitor inside the ring, the guy that can flat out go, the guy that did leave those highest places. The guy that became a champion in Ring of Honor. That wasn't enough for him. Not big enough for him. The guy that wanted to leave Japan because it wasn't big enough to come here to Impact Wrestling to become world champion. There's that Michael Elgin. Oh, and there's the sick, sadistic Elgin who just got dropped on his head by the DDT of Sami Callihan and a kick out. There's that Michael Elgin who wants to hurt, maim, injure, shorten careers, and put people in the hospital. And that's the SOB that I don't want representing Impact Wrestling.
Well, Josh, it's not about what you want. But you know what? Regardless of which version of Michael Elgin is in that ring right now, he's standing there with a man who would enjoy either version. Because Sami Callihan is just as sick and sadistic as Michael Elgin can be.
Sami Callihan was able to take advantage the outside of the ring here, and I wonder if Callihan will think about perhaps a count-out victory or some way to even things up here against Michael Elgin, because I don't think Sami Callihan's going to be able to wrestle at the level of Michael Elgin with the ankle as banged up as it is.
Well, you've got to think, no matter what the outcome is, no matter who walks out of this match victorious, they're not walking into their next match against Trey at 100%.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. As Sami Callihan going after now the elbow, the arm, trying to tear up Michael Elgin. That perhaps could weaken the Elgin bomb or any number of power bombs that Elgin will look to use in this match. Sami Callihan looking for a pile driver on the floor. This would even things up, and Michael Elgin uses his straight on the ankle into the side of the ring. Folks, underneath that ring apron, underneath that skirt, there's just metal and steel. The frame of the ring and Sami Callihan's... Oh! That's it. It's over. This match is over. Michael Elgin is going to get back into the ring. Referee Brandon Cole's going to count to 10, and Elgin's moving on. Sami Callihan's entire leg at this point has got to be in tremendous pain. Callihan trying to stay away from Elgin. Elgin, like a shark who smells blood in the water, just circling.
I don't think it's good enough for Michael Elgin to win by countout. I think that sadistic side of him that you mentioned earlier is coming out here, and he wants to hurt Sami Callihan.
Callihan trying to stall another kick right to the ankle. Tells the referee, shut your mouth. And Michael Elgin can start to inflict more and more punishment, more and more pain, more and more damage to Sami Callihan.
I don't know how Sami Callihan can continue this match.
Michael Elgin may in fact be.
Do you see me? Now!
Oh, and Callihan pulled him in. Sami Callihan pulled in Michael Elgin. And Callihan perhaps showing signs of life. Elgin going back for an ankle. Elgin. Callihan looking to advance. Both back in the center of the ring now. Trading shots and Elgin goes low. Anytime he wants, Elgin can go after the ankle. He does so here. Can he keep the momentum on? We'll find out as Impact continues. Welcome back to Impact Wrestling. This is our main event. It's the final first round match of the number 1 contenders tournament to determine who will face Tessa Blanchard next for the Impact of Being. He's still injured from suffering an ankle lock that forced him to pass out in the main event match at Rebellion against Ken Shamrock. Michael Elgin has exposed that, has gone after that. Madison, you pointed out during the commercial break that Michael Elgin went after the ankle the entire time.
Yeah, I mean, he's the man who single-handedly eliminated Ken Shamrock from this tournament. Is he trying to do the same thing to Sami Callihan here tonight?
Michael Elgin is allowing Sami Callihan to hit him here. This is just a mental game. Oh, my. It's mental warfare. And I like your spin on it that he single-handedly took Ken Shamrock out of this tournament. He hit the man with a pipe in the face, taking him out of the tournament. Replaced by Ace Austin, who is moving on to face Hernandez. But we keep our focus here. Look at Sami Callihan, crucifix-style cover, and Elgin escapes. Can Callihan do that one more time in this match and move on himself in the tournament?
You know, Sami is so sadistic, and he's so manipulative that sometimes you forget just how good he is inside the ring.
Many people have these two as the 1 and 2 favorites to win this tournament. Oh, big-time kick there fight Michael Elgin. Sami Callihan counters. Tries to clothesline Elgin, who says, I don't think so. There's a pump kick by Sami Callihan. Ducks the line. Callihan with a clothesline nearly took Elgin's head off. Who's moving on? Who will advance? The two favorites going at it in the opening round. Sami Callihan and Michael Elgin.
And in what condition will whoever advances be in moving forward?
Sami Callihan said last week that Elgin walks in his shadow, walks in his footsteps. Sami Callihan said both of these men will do whatever it takes to win, whatever it takes to survive. Michael Elgin said last week, why do I have to continue to prove myself? I'm the best. And watch what I do next here in Impact Wrestling. He would go on to take out Ken Shamrock. Talking about 16 years of being the best. Michael Elgin is certainly confident. Callihan sidesteps. Elgin comes right back. Sami sends him to the floor once again. Sami trying to shake some feeling back into his ankle. This is a calculated risk here by Sami Callihan, and it works out. Would you have taken that dive, taken that chance if you were Sami Callihan?
I mean, I think that being in the physical condition that Sami Callihan is in, he has to take those risks.
And it pays off here as Callihan starting to take control of Michael Elgin. Think about some of the matches that these guys have been in. Some of the Warrior, Tessa Blanchard, Brian Cage. The same can be said for Michael Elgin. He's had wars, and they're both still here looking to become the ultimate top athlete in Impact Wrestling.
You've also got to wonder who between these two men is more motivated, is more driven. Michael Elgin, again, for weeks now, has considered himself number one contender. Sami Callihan was the last man prior to Tessa Blanchard to hold the world title.
Big throw there by Sami Callihan as he goes for the cover, hooks the leg on Michael Elgin, and he almost got him. I mean, yeah, to your point, you are looking at the number one contender for the World Championship. If you press pause leading into Rebellion and Michael Elgin and Sami Callihan, the penultimate World Champion to Tessa Blanchard, going one-on-one here. Looking to advance. Looking to stake their claim to the World's Championship. Elgin says thumbs up. Callihan said thumbs up. Elgin looking for, what is Elgin? No! Another move that could tear up the ankle of Sami Callihan, courtesy of Michael Elgin. I hate to say this, but how good is Michael Elgin?
I don't have to say it. He's one of the best, if not the best. And while she's confident, and she should be, our world champion Tessa Blanchard has to be sitting at home, and she has to be sweating just a little bit watching, knowing that one of these two men could become number one contender for her championship.
Michael Elgin continues to go after the leg. He's gone now to the knee of Sami Callihan. Callihan may not be able to walk after this match. And Michael Elgin, look at his strength here. And ingenuity and innovative offense. On the canvas, on his knee, and Elgin from behind. Callihan didn't even know it was coming. There's a cover by Big Mike. And Michael Elgin's good. No, Sami Callihan kicked out at two. Very close there was Michael Elgin to advancing in this tournament. And now a single leg by Elgin. Callihan writhing in pain. Madison Rayne, he can't. Look at this. He's just bent. Elgin is so powerful once he sits down in that base. There's nowhere for Sami Callihan to go.
Hold on a second here, Josh. Are we going to see?
If Sami Callihan's hand dropped there, it would have been over. It would have been over. And remember, Callihan has passed out from the pain of an ankle lock courtesy of Ken Shamrock. That was a unsanctioned match. This one is not. Callihan making it to the rope forces Elgin to break. And Elgin is seething. This is not good.
You gotta wonder how much more Michael Elgin can put up with before he absolutely just snaps. And maybe it was last week. Maybe he finally snapped. But I'm seeing more frustration build in him. He thinks that he should have put Sami Callihan away by now.
Callihan sprawled out there. Elgin was looking for a power bomb. And Elgin changing things up. This is Michael Elgin special. Look at the size of Michael Elgin's back. Sami Callihan says, that all you got? Callahan is more wicked than we'll ever know. Look at Elgin.
How is Sami Callihan still on his feet?
Michael Elgin off the ropes. Callahan collapsed. That might have been the best thing for Sami Callihan to do. Just completely crumpled. Referee Brandon Toll was checking on Sami Callihan to make sure he can continue.
I'm not sure he can.
Yeah, I think it's only a matter of seconds. It's only a matter of time before Michael Elgin is thinking about Trey, thinking about his next opponent in the tournament. Callahan is down. He's in a world of trouble. Michael Elgin is put on a... Look at this! Look again! Sami Callihan with a back suplex! Sami Callihan with a back suplex! Oh, running forearm! Callahan changing the script! And Elgin kicks out at 2! How much more can these men take? How much more does Sami Callihan have in the tank?
We've seen it before, Josh. Sami Callihan refuses to quit. He refuses to say, I can't go on. He'll pass out. He'll lose consciousness before he'll willingly give up a match.
You want to find out how good you are? Come to Impact Wrestling. Test yourself against the best. That's what's happening right now. Sami Callihan, now he's waiting for Elgin. Sami Callihan looking for the Cactus Special. Elgin counters. Sami Callihan looking for a sunset flip style cover. Elgin, buckle bomb. Callihan eats it and fires back with the clothesline. Sami Callihan looking for a backslide in the center of the ring to move on, and Elgin kicks out. Back fist. Might have knocked out Callahan. Wow.
Both of these men catching their second wind at the exact same
Again, looking for the buckle bomb. Callahan landed on his feet, but the injured ankle buckle at the worst possible time. Another back fist. This time, Elgin connects, shoulders down, and Michael Elgin is moving on in the #1 Contenders Tournament.
Here is your winner, Unbreakable Michael Elgin.
Take nothing away from Sami Callihan, but Michael Elgin is moving on. Madison Rain, is Michael Elgin the odds-on favorite to become #1 contender?
I don't know how you can argue anything else but that he is set up to become #1 contender.
Michael Elgin, victorious here tonight against Sami Callihan. Elgin's attention turns to Trey. We're down to the final 4. Is Elgin the odds-on favorite?